Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to D&D News. How's it going? I'm Greg Tito. I'm here with you to hang out and talk through all the fun stuff that is going on for Dungeons & Dragons. We got a lot to talk about, but number one on my list is my minicam working? Yes, it is. Look, we've got Bard McGee, Orc Crossbow Master, and none other than the Demogorgon. I am the Demogorgon. No, I am the Demogorgon. No, I am. I've got tails and arms, and they all look the same. That's his deal. That's the Demogorgon's deal. I am excited to see you all. I want to check in with you on this Tuesday afternoon, like I am wont to do, and see how you all are doing. I'm looking in the camera, you guys. Looking in the camera. Hi, I see you. Hard to do when I'm looking at text that's in front of me, so that's why I try to put the camera, as close to it as I can be. But I hear you there. I wish I could talk directly at it the whole time, like I am now, so that you can go into my soul. Hello. How are you on this fine evening? I meant to change this. Alexa, set the Mind Flayer to purple. We need to be in the Underdark today. What do you think about that? All right. I see Dark Delegate. Yes, I was looking at you in your soul, as well as all of you fun folks joining. I just went to the chat only, so I don't have to stare at myself, but you know how it goes. I am very excited to talk about some things that have changed with Dungeons & Dragons over the last week since the last time I talked to you. We have Mythic Odysseys of Theros on track for all of the fun. Check this out, the Mythic Odysseys of Theros. These books look amazing. It says on this graphic, available on June 2nd, 2020. And that is true. It still will be available for many who enjoy, or all of you who enjoy checking out the content that D&D puts out there for you on digital platforms. It will be available on June 2nd. But due to printing challenges around the various printers who have closed due to what's happening right now, we are changing the release date of the actual books. Those will be available only on July 21st. So you get both of those covers available through your local game store on July 21st, not the June 2nd date that is available here. But again, you'll be able to access this content on Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, and D&D Beyond starting on June 2nd. Now, we also want to make sure everyone is aware of some great incentives for you to purchase these books or this book through your local game store. As many of you know, many small businesses and everything that's happening here. I'm going to tilt this down a little bit so you can see a little bit more of me. And you get to see my shiny, actually shiny, you can see it's very cool, shirt here. But I know a lot of the small businesses and game stores that are out there are not being able to make ends meet as easily due to foot traffic being reduced and all of that. So we want to incentivize you out there to get and purchase these books through your local game store as much as you possibly can. We're doing that in two ways. One is that there will be a code for the first 20 fans who pre-order or purchase the books through their local game store. You will get a unique code where you can download that content from and access that content on D&D Beyond for half the price. That means effectively you can get it for $15 if you pre-ordered through your local game store, or you're one of those first 20 who purchase through your local game store. Also, if you do a pre-order or purchase through your local game store, the first 20 folks will get a map. That's right, a detailed map of the location that is described and depicted within the Theros book. So you'll find all that, in addition to amazing content within it about how to run a D&D campaign set in a more classical Greek myth-inspired universe, which is, of course, inspired from our friends on Magic the Gathering. The plane of Theros is, or what was the subject of a most recent set of Magic cards, and it dealt a lot with huge heroes, destinies, mythic weapons, all of the above, as well as the underworld and how to save people from that. So all that stuff is available to you as a dungeon master and or a player. There's some playable races and things within that book as well that have not yet been released officially for Dungeons & Dragons. So check all that fun stuff out. And again, how could you go wrong with either of these two covers? We got the standard cover by Jason Rainville on the left, as well as this has got to be one of my favorite alternate covers over here on the right by Kevin Tong. Yeah, tons of great stuff within this book. And again, the new physical release date is July 21st, but you'll be able to access a lot of that on June 2nd. All right. That is out of the way. Please support your local stores as much as you can for all that fun stuff. There is also tons of great stuff that I want to describe to you that our friend Joe Manganiello just released on Twitter today, as well as many other social platforms. There is a contest available through Make-A-Wish for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You can make a donation for to help out that charity, and one winner will be chosen to travel with Joe when everything is safe, when everything is available for us to be able to. Obviously, everyone's safety is of utmost concern, but you'll be able to come to Wizards of the Coast, to our offices, and play a D&D game, interact with some of the luminaries and folks that work on it. So, all of it goes to a great cause. Make-A-Wish does wonderful work in providing a sense of hope for not only those who are affected by life-changing events or diseases, but for everyone out here. And I think this contest is a great reason for it. And if you have not yet seen the amazing video produced with Joe Manganiello describing what you'll be able to get if you are chosen as the winner of this contest, check it out. It's pretty awesome. You can follow it on his social platforms as well. We retweeted it from the Wizards official one, as well as on the Facebook and Instagram, all the places where people hang out nowadays. You'll find that it's pretty cool, and hopefully I'll be able to show that video here in the D&D news coming up. But I'm pretty excited about it, and I got more than a few chuckles from Joe's announcement, so I hope you do check it out too. Great things happening there. And then thank you to Jack for putting in the link there to how to enter this contest. All very cool right there. Some fun things that are happening in the press. I always like to show off articles or things that are written involving Dungeons & Dragons to y'all, because I think as many of us have been fans of this game for a long time, we don't always see what it's like when people write about it from another perspective. So here is this first article. It's written up in Inverse, and it does amazing things here. New to Dungeons & Dragons in quarantine, here's 6 ways to make it easy. And this pull quote is, I feel like it applies to so many Dungeons & Dragons games and convincing folks to get involved. All you need is imagination. Yeah, well, it's true. That is all you need. You can have all the fun accoutrements and the inspirations and the adventures and miniatures. I'm gonna strum this guitar all over this place. You can have all that stuff, but all you really need is your imagination up here and telling a great story with your friends. And we need that right now. We need that ability to come out and enjoy some wonderful, fantastic storytelling during this time. And I applaud Inverse for writing it up in quite that way. It's good stuff all around. IO9 wrote this up. Dungeons & Dragons has its biggest year yet and more. in tabletop gaming news. 2019 was the most successful year for Dungeons & Dragons in the game's 46-year history. That's true. It is. It is. Everything's coming up D&D. All kinds of folks have been clamoring and joining into this hobby, and I love it. Again, it just seems like a sea change for so many people out there being able to participate in this type of storytelling. And I love working on Dungeons and Dragons, getting more people excited about what is happening here in Seattle and producing this game, but also just everywhere else in the community, whether it's online or at your local game store when those are open, or at conventions and all that fun stuff. But there are just so many people who are purchasing Dungeons & Dragons for the first time and getting into it now. And one of the details that I always like to say if I'm speaking to press or anything like that is all of our adventures and everything do amazingly well. But the stat that always makes me happy is continued sales of what we call introductory products. So the Player's Handbook, the Essentials Kit, the Starter Set, all of those have been selling incredibly well, even more so in the last year. And it's great. And that means that more and more people are starting up for the first time and getting into this game. And a lot of that has to do with you, everyone who is listening to this on Twitch right now or watching it later on YouTube. Consuming this type of material, not me talking to you, but people playing Dungeons & Dragons online and enjoying it with their friends has been a wonderful boon for people who may have been interested or curious as to how to play D&D, and then now they can actually get in and want to play it because of the examples that you and I set here. So it's all really due to you. Thank you. You done it. All this, you done it. It's good stuff. All right, so moving on to the next story here. Sci-Fi Wire says Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Datas. Well, that's a Star Trek D&D mashup that I never thought was going to be coming. Dungeons and Dragons' latest setting, Wildmount, helps solve the problem of evil races. I think this is a very interesting topic, one that many of us are paying attention to on the internet as well as in all kinds of circles, and I think this is a fantastic review and discussion of that, and I can't wait for more. So check out that article. Wildmount is, of course, in many people's hands right now, and hopefully will be in more soon. You can get Wildmount now everywhere, and it is a fantastic book. You can actually see it. It's back there on my shelf so that you can see. But it details the continent of Wildmount as shown in the second campaign of Critical Role. It was a labor of love by Matt Mercer and a wonderful team of freelancers and editors and all types of artists, as all of our D&D products are. I love that people are jumping into it and seeing a different flavor of Dungeons and Dragons, as it always is. But the thing I love about Wildmount is how it is this mashup of old things that have been created from the past editions of Dungeons and Dragons sometimes, and melded with Matt Mercer's own creative storytelling and all the creativity of his cast into a cohesive whole that now people can explore and change and adapt for their own tables and their own storytelling and things out there. So it's this cyclical, wonderful thing, and I applaud all for the work they did on Wildmount, and it's one of my favorite books now to just pick up and read and thumb through. So check that out if you have not yet. And this is an article from last week, but I wanted to highlight it again. Red Tricycle writes, Wizards of the Coast offers free content for educators and librarians. Engage communities with virtual play while many are practicing social distancing. Red Triangle is not an outlet that we talk about too often here, but it is geared at teachers and educators as well as parents, and it touts that we recently started up a official program for libraries and educators to receive Dungeons and Dragons care packages in some cases, or Magic the Gathering and others, to encourage live play, as well as how to get into playing online while as an activity to enhance education during this crisis. So look into it if you haven't already. There's lots of information out there on our official channels, but it is something that all educators should take advantage if they can, and if they have anything. I love hearing all the stories. Me and Shelly on Dragon Talk have had a long history of speaking to educators who use Dungeons and Dragons for curriculum, for other things. I just got a note. I apologize if I'm outing him, but Cade Wells, who's been a guest on Dragon Talk a few times, sent me a note saying that his students in his district, the only kind of joy or solace they've had recently has come from looking forward to their weekly Zoom calls in which they play Dungeons and Dragons together, and then they're getting all of the benefits of that, whether it's through reading comprehension or simple arithmetic or problem solving skills. It's an educational experience in and of itself, even though it's under the guise of them just playing this fantasy game with their friends. So they love it, they look forward to it, and I want to give more resources to educators out there as much as we can. So making sure you know all about that. All right. Minicam is doing fine. I'm going to move around some things. Take down the Demogorgon. I got a flump. I've got a flump. I am flumpy today. Oh, they're friends now. Pink flump and green flump hanging out together. I think I should start a Muppet movie. What do you think about that? No? No? You don't think so? Yay. Hi, everybody. Excellent. Well, all right. Well, I got some exciting things because I want you all to know that I am excited to share that video that I was talking about very recently with Joe. So I want to show that to you now because it is worth seeing in its full glory. Some of the ways that we have shown it on social media. It doesn't show the entire video, but it's all very funny. So I think it's worthwhile for you to see it. So let's get to that. All right, shall we? That's it. I am going to show this as a wonderful way for you to get excited about Make-A-Wish and potentially winning the chance to play with Dungeons & Dragons and Joe Manganiello in our offices once everything is safe. So check it out. For those of you who don't know, Joe Manganiello is an amazing actor and creator and producer, and he does some of the best D&D stuff out there. So here, take a look at this, and you might recognize him from quite a few things.
You're scrolling absent-mindedly on the internet one day when a video featuring Joe Manganiello grabs your attention with an offer to change your life forever. He says that you, yes you, could be plucked from relative obscurity to join him for a game of Dungeons and Dragons in the far-off mythical land of Seattle. Indeed, one brave adventurer will tour the clandestine Wizards of the Coast headquarters, play D&D with the game's designers, and receive the rarest treasure of all, a catered lunch. You go to omaze.com/Joe and decide to donate to Make-A-Wish for the chance to win. You use your unrivaled powers of generosity to make a donation in the amount of $25. Very generous. Little do you know that fateful click then sets off a chain of events leading to the ping of an email in your inbox. It reads, "Congratulations, you've won. Please let us know the name of the guest you're bringing and we'll arrange your flights." You immediately think about bringing your friend Kyle, who's really nice and loves D&D. But suddenly, you feel your horrible boss, Richard, reading the email over your shoulder. Starts going on and on about how much he loved Joe Manganiello in Rampage and would love to go as your guest. He uses his most dangerous power, threatening your job security. It is a 19, extremely effective. You wave goodbye to Kyle before you and Richard head to the airport. He asks you to teach him how to play Game of Dragons. You use restraint to stop yourself from correcting him. Ooh. You not only correct him, but you lose track of time explaining why Dungeons & Dragons is the greatest game ever made and how it brought you and Kyle closer as friends. And suddenly you hear, "This is the final boarding call for Flight 432 to Seattle." You sprint to the gate. Richard's lagging behind. You roll a strength test. Ooh! You pick your boss up and fireman carry him over your shoulders to the gate. Now you arrive drenched in sweat, but the gate door is closing. You hang your head, all hope is lost. Until you remember the mint condition copy of the original monster manual that Kyle gave you for Joe Manganiello to sign. You grab it from your bag and throw it as hard as you can at the door, and you did it! The manual perfectly wedges under the door and keeps it open. The entire gate breaks into applause. People are going absolutely wild. Give me a second. Hi, hon. Yeah, no, I'm at the grocery store. I was looking for that, the yogurt that you love. No, I'll be home soon. Okay. All right, hon. Talk to you later. Bye. Love you. Love you. Okay, where were we? You level up. You land in Seattle and enter the Wizards of the Coast headquarters, now possessing a new skill. Moderate athletic ability. The day is just as incredible as you thought it would be. You hear about the history of D&D on the tour. You speak to some of the game's designers about their latest creations. It is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Kyle would have loved it. Finally, you get to meet Joe Manganiello. And he uses his charm and persuasion on you, and it is let's give him advantage, and a +5 modifier. It works. Okay, you spend the afternoon playing Dungeons & Dragons together with Joe, knowing that you've made a new friend for life. Now, if you're ready to embark on that epic journey, go to omaze.com/Joe to enter for the chance to win. The best part is, every donation benefits the life-changing work of Make-A-Wish. So enter now, and your journey will be magical. I hope. There's a firebolt coming out of my hands. They told me they would add it in post. They didn't sound very confident, so there's a bit of doubt that this is actually working.
Good stuff, huh? Hopefully this is back to me. I got it. Like I said, more than a few chuckles from folks on that. I enjoy it. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why it went so black for so long. I pressed the button. We'll see. But yes, as Justin Ross said on here, there's definitely a little bit of not really knowing how to speak for sure. It happens often. It is also, hard because he's, 6 feet tall, very intimidating. But once you start talking to Joe about his D&D characters and all of the amazing fun things that he has done with those characters, you quickly realize he's just like us. He is such a fan. It's amazing, and I can't wait to meet the winner of this contest once everything dies down. And it's, like I said, something really kind of awesome to look forward to in the future times when everyone is going to be safe. So thanks for that. Donate to Omaze and Make-A-Wish if you possibly can. Follow the links in there. And I hope to see you at the Wizards of the Coast offices very soon. I will love to say that I am here. Going over some fun things about Adventurers League soon, as well as talking about new things happening with Dungeon Masters Guild. Before I get to that, though, I know I just played a video, but I want to make sure you all were aware of the amazing stuff that is happening on this Twitch channel. That's right. Twitch.tv/D&D has got amazing role players front to back all over town, and our D&D Rewind segment each week is a way to highlight some of the funniest or most compelling role-playing moments over the last week. And so here, let's check out what happened over last week with this D&D Rewind.
Put the gum in there.
I do have a storage slot. Sure, thank you very much.
Stick gum.
We'll take the stick of gum.
Yeah.
And you don't see anything happen. It's just gone the next time you look at Callie, but you don't know what happened to it.
Oh my god, you did not just put it in the storage cavity, did you? Callie?
No, of course not.
Callie?
Yes,
Where'd you
hi.
go?
No,
Where-
Callie's still there. The gum's gone, I mean.
Oh. It's an invisibility gum, so I need you to not eat it yet.
Oh, then no, she's invisible because she would have put it. No, she immediately stuck it in her storage cavity.
Okay.
Okay.
I could technically be called an expert in Harakir temples.
See? Right there. And I've read quite a few books. That means I'm a doctor. That's 2 of us.
Temperance
I'm
gives
sorry,
you a
did
look
you-
like.
Did you say
And then-
I've read several books, so I'm a doctor? I just want to make sure that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Does that all the time. Ooh. Oh, wait, there's more.
You, Lauren.
He had to wipe his beard after that one.
Okay. It's not my finest moment.
Nope, it's amazing. I love it. I love every bit of it. Keep it coming. Yep.
Top of the head, and there's some lines here in the head that would get it, but the crown in and around here. There we go. Basically, at this point, I'm just getting kind of the highest detail areas, some paint with that straight steel gray. And again, you're making, each time you make one of these highlights, smaller and smaller area.
Wait, we didn't ask if he knows anything about the stone.
And as you go to ask, you watch as the skin begins to melt into almost like clay as it droops down, and you realize that underneath is all mechanical gears, and it just crumbles and just contorts in and on itself as it falls down into a pile of just gears, metal, and dissolved some form of alchemical clay substance.
You hear one thing in this very disturbing voice as it's melting. I'm forming a team. And that's it.
All right. Sorry if I was a little bit late there. I was cheating and listening to the live stream of that's because I, for some reason, oh yeah, there it goes. Sorry about all that. But hey, I wanted to show off this miniature. See, I had the same one that Jason was doing. You can't see the top of his club, I guess. It's impossible. But this is the Stone Giant mini. This is the pre-painted version. I think he was using the unpainted version. Oh, it's kind of dusty. You can see that dust pretty good there. But that is super cool, and I love all of the elements that were shown off in this week's D&D Rewind. As someone said in the chat, Todd Kenrick got 2 appearances there, not as the DM, which is interesting, since he is very often shown as the Dungeon Master for Beyond Heroes, but he was as a player, as Averin, I think, in 2 of those. So that's pretty fantastic. Good to see you, Todd. As well as all of the amazing roleplay that was going on there. What else was I going to say? Oh, right. So this is where I talk about Adventurers League. Hi, Adventurers League. How's it going? The Adventurers League is D&D's official play campaign, allowing you to create an Adventurers League character and take it to your different home games, to everywhere that Adventurers League play is run online, and there's tons of fun stuff. So some of those Adventurers League things are now available for you to grab, including Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus, and other official from the campaign Avernus Rising. You can find new content for that available, including the Doors and Corners adventure series, including Maddening Screams, Honors Unforeseen, and In the Hand. Very evocative titles. Delving further, you can go into the Bloody Hooves Tomb, and your very souls are in danger as Zeriel's forces hunt you down. The authors of many of the community-created content adventures, Finder's Fiend, are donating all of their proceeds to the Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee via the Save versus Hunger annual charity convention. I think that's awesome. Thank you to Andrew Bishkiansky and Xavier, I should have practiced these names, Devon Oges. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I should have gotten a pronunciation guide for some of these names. But either way, their contributions are fantastic, and we appreciate them. If you would like to direct donate to that same charity, it's at secondharvest.org/give. And something else really exciting as part of last month's the current month's stay at home, play at home event, you can find Forge of Fury and Dragon of Icespire Peak free on D&D Beyond, Roll20, and Fantasy Grounds. Take a gander if you can. There's some more fun charity stuff happening this week as well, including Jasper's Game Week that is happening right now. I am myself going to be playing in a whole bunch of games in support of Jasper's Game Day, which helps prevent suicide by donating proceeds to the American Association of Suicidology. And then there'll be more fun stuff coming up for a May Days gaming convention beginning on May 8th with 10 days of fun. And you can check out more information about that at maydays.online. All right, moving on to Dungeon Masters Guild. DungeonMastersGuild.com is your go-to marketplace for licensed D&D adventures and supplements. Do you need a last-minute one-shot? Do you? The perfect player option for your perfect character concept, rules for building custom columns, harvesting and crafting with monster loot, or anything else, Dungeon Masters Guild is the place for you. And I think this is really cool. Dungeon Masters Guild is celebrating its Play It Forward event. That's right. And now until May 17th, anything published before the event, that was 100% of the revenue from your purchase goes to the creator or creators of the product. Plus, titles across the site are 20% off, and there's never been a better time to support D&D writers, editors, illustrators, cartographers, and makers. And if you want a suggestion of something to check out, here's that Play It Forward graphic for you right there. But if you want something to check out, wait a second. Is that what I'm supposed to be talking about? This Goblin Heist? Let me see. I think I might have the wrong thing here. But anyway, the Princess Project is something that's very cool. It's an anthology of adventures focusing on retelling the stories of fairy tale and mythological princesses, which I might have already shown you. But I think I got the wrong thing here. Let me just double check a few things. Let's say Play It Forward. This one, Finder's Fiend. That was a Sisterhood of the Blade opportunity. That's super cool. I don't know if I have a graphic for it, but that is what's happening on the Dungeon Masters Guild right now. I'm enjoying it. There's tons of stuff, as I said in that little intro about that. It's a great place for finding out all of what's happening with the world. Yeah, okay, no, that is, but for some reason I just don't have the, oh, you know what? That's my bad. I got the image late. Let me see if I can do this on the fly. I don't think I can, but, you can bear with me here, peoples of the earth. Can you? Can you bear with me, peoples of the earth? I wonder if you can. Here, that's the Play It Forward. Here, I should actually do this in studio mode. You know what fun thing about Dungeon Masters, not Dungeon Masters Guild, but about what we do here on the D&D Twitch channels, you get to see how it all is put together. That's right. We like to say we get to see the sausage. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but it's how we do. So I'm getting better at doing this, though. I don't necessarily need to stress out, but yeah, here we go. This is it. This was the Princess Project, and now you get to see it in all of its glory. That is the cover. look at that. I have been super impressed with the amount of creativity and just professionalism in layout and artwork that has been brought to the Dungeon Masters Guild projects over the last few years. There's just been this steep ramp up in quality, and I am here for it, and I love it. So it looks like the Princess Project is just another amazing thing on there, and as I said in text form, I'll say it again just in case it was missed. Consider it. Consider the Princess Project as one of the things that you can do to support the creators. It's an anthology collection of adventures focusing on retelling the stories of fairy tale and mythological princesses, upturning the tropes that surround princesses and dethroning the patriarchy. Princess Project princesses are inspired by the likes of Swan Lake, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, and the Odyssey. There's magic items, unique spells, wild magic, and trinkets within these pages. Super cool. And that's just one of the many things that is now available on Dungeon Masters Guild and in which supports those creators 100% during this time. So let's play it forward, people, as well as pay it forward. I think that's the pun that they were trying to make. Stone Giant says, yes, you should support these creators. If not, I will club you with my green club. I'm not sure if that's how Stone Giants talk, but hey, in my world, I get to make the choices here. Exactly. As a couple of you were saying in chat, and I want to highlight, I don't have a graphic for this. I probably should have set this up ahead of time. But on Friday, May 8th, you have to clap when you're announcing this fun stuff. There is an awesome D&D live play game happening from our friends in the UK. That's right, the United Kingdom. And that's something cool that I want to show you about. Oh, no, I just hit refresh, and now I don't know the information that I need. Where is it for you? Where is it for you? I just like to sing. You know, I know that might be not the best thing for everyone to hear since I'm not a very strong singer, but it is something that I'm excited about. So why not sing it loud and sing it proud? That's right. So Dungeons & Dragons is partnering with Comic Relief over in the UK for a special presentation starting at 7 p.m. UK time, which I believe is, I don't know, someone do the math on that. I think that's 11 a.m. our time or maybe 12 noon. So it will be some amazing people playing, including Sue Perkins from Great British Baking Show, for those of you who might remember the early seasons of that, Sarah Pascoe, Nish Kumar, and Ed Gamble, as well as the Dungeon Master Paul Foxcroft. All of it is in support of Comic Relief. As they're saying, Comic Relief plays at Dungeons & Dragons. You can donate during the amazing D&D game, and it's 11 a.m. Pacific time to 2 p.m. Pacific time. So check that out. I'm excited. I know a lot of people in the United Kingdom and the EU were excited about that lineup, and I am too. And I can't wait to see all the delicious baked goods that are delivered or not throughout the course of that adventure. Yeah, I'm excited. But what that means is there will be no live stream of Dragon Talk this Friday. We'll still be recording the episode. We're actually going to be talking to our new community manager, Brandy Camel. So that episode will release next week, but we'll be back live streaming Dragon Talk starting on, the May 15th? Is that what that is? Yes, May 15th. And in that case, we'll be talking to Jeff Kanata from Dungeon Run, from D&D folks who might recognize him from that, but he's been a long time games journalist and commentator. So good stuff. Can't wait to talk to him as well as Brandy. All right. Now it is the time of our discontent. No, to open up these amazing blind boxes of miniatures. Our friends at WizKids put these together. There's 4 miniatures in each box. I don't know what I'm going to get in this set. There is 44 different figures, and this one is called the Icons of the Realms, Volos and Mordenkainen's Foes set, and it contains many foes that you might have seen in Volo's Guide to Monsters or Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes. But this is where I get to have fun and show off some friends. That's what we call them, friends. And you get to see them on my minicam. All right. So I'm going to take down Mr. Stone Giant. And here's an oldie but a goodie. I like Mr. Turtle. And I cannot say that is in focus today. You know, this is why I need to keep... Maybe I keep the Stone Giant guy there so you at least have a field of vision as well as a comparative analysis of how big Mr. Turtle is. So that's the magic using Turtle. As you can see, he's got some magic out there. And the second one that I'm opening up is a Wood. He's leaning forward in such a way as to... Oh, man, I hate you, autofocus. Why do you do this to me? There you go. Can you thinking? Why are you focusing on the back? What do I have to do? Oh, to autofocus. What do I have to do? You have slain me for the last time, autofocus. I want to show you the third miniature. This one is also a medium-sized miniature. It's a Miazel, but we're still not focusing. There we go. How's that? Better? Better? Worse? Why all of a sudden are you not focusing on... Oh, see, as soon as I do that, it gets good, and then now it's not good. All right, so maybe we need to get this guy going. Yeah, just stay there. Focus right there. All right. But then the little Miazel's right there, and he's like, hey, Mr. Stone Giant, can I have some bread? No! No for you. The last one in this blind box is it's a trapper. Oh my gosh, all I did was just change it around a little bit. Why is it out of focus now? All right, maybe I'll just do I'm a trapper keeper. Yeah, I like that one because it's got that indentation of a medium-sized miniature that you can use when you're adventuring, right? That's what it's all for. All right, next up, new box. Let's see what this new box beholds. I haven't gotten too many of the rare ones recently, or the super rare ones, so let's see what occurs. I'll start with the big guy because he's the one that popped out first, and this is an extremely disgusting man. It's a Venom Troll. Ugh, God, he's so gross looking. But he is shiny, which means that the autofocus works better. All right, well, that's good to know. Shiny miniatures, even though they're gross, are better. All right, good to know. I'm going to open up another guy, and it's another turtle. Yay! We got turtle friends for days. Totally awesome. Ooh. I got Bodak. What's up? Oh, man. That's what a Bodak does. That's every single time you hear a yawn in your dungeoneering, you should beware of the Bodak. And then another little fella joining in. It's a Darrow. Dare I say we've gotten that guy a couple of times. That's not even a pun, but it's what we have to work with on today on D&D News. All right, those are my friends today. But now I'm wondering if I should open up even more. What do you think? Do you think the Venom Troll, Turtle McGee, Bodak Johnson, and Darrow McGillicuddy is going to be a good adventuring party? I think so. They are going to attack you. Yeah, actually I am. I'm gonna grab another one real quick. Here, you take a look at these miniatures as I stand up and get some more. They are super cool today. We like them in our face. I want to show off these guys in a second. I don't know if you've seen these are from a different set, but oh man. Oh god, it's focusing on these guys behind there. But those are NPCs from a adventure known as Baldur's Gate. Descent into Avernus. I just like their look, if you could actually see them. Because they like to hang out. And I just got like, hey, I've got a skull for my chest. Hi, how's it going? I got a skull for a chest. Would you like to be my friend? No? What about my sword? Do you like my sword? And then Haruman is like, it's like my name is Saruman from Lord of the Rings, you know, but like you put an H in front of him, that's cool, right? No, I'm sorry, Haruman. That is not cool. I know what cool is. I don't think that cuts the mustard, right? How's everybody in chat doing as I'm trying to open up this thing? Hi. I wish I could open up lots of fun terrain pieces too. I think that's going to be really, really exciting, and I would like to do it. Oh, yeah, I did it with my hands. Hey, Tanya, miss you too. Yes, this is the Watch Greg Play with Toys show as I get through all of our fun stuff. Ooh, I don't think I've seen this guy yet, so I'm glad I opened this up. This is actually quite rare. At least it's rare for me, anyway. Let's see how many of you can guess who it is just by seeing it in the background there. Here it is. What do you think? It's a Marut. I am a Marut, and I would like to Marut around for some sandwiches. No? You don't want to? No? Okay. That one's pretty cool. That's the large one in that box. Let me show you off some of the others I see here. Oh, we got another Miezel. We'll leave them since you already saw one of those guys. And, oh, my favorites. These are the good guys. We've got an Autumn Eladrin. Gotta say, I love elves. Everyone knows elves are the coolest. I have been rewatching Lord of the Rings with my girls, and they also agree that the elves are cool. We just watched the Battle of Helm's Deep a couple nights ago, and they all agreed. Legolas, his move, sliding down the stairs on a shield, was badass, I think is what my 9-year-old said. I was like, that's pretty badass. And then we also have this orc. This is a orc Claw of Luthic, which is also detailed in Tome of Foes, I think. All right, that's that box. We got one more to open up. This is the one. I will see if there's any on here on the side that I haven't gotten in a while yet, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to crack it open. I'm doing it. Ready? I am a man who can rip open things with his teeth. Funnily enough, I know you guys got to meet my my kids yesterday here on D&D News, but in front of this very camera, as we were speaking to some family members, I ripped out my youngest's front tooth at her request. Of course, she wanted the tooth out, although she was scared a bit for me to do it. But it is funny how much history and things are happening in front of a camera, in front of our very eyes here. And you guys get to see it all happening here too. For this is the first time, well, it's not really the first time, but it's one of the times I'm opening up these miniatures, and we have a Shadow Dancer. Shadows and light, you shall never focus when I want you to. Those are my hands. Why would you do it back there? Is it because there's like light back there? I thought I was Doing pretty good at restricting that, but now I need to... All right, well, this shadow dancer, he dances in the light. Okay, cool. Ooh, there you go. See, this is where... Maybe this is the closeness that I need to be in. For, hey, there you go. Hey, I'm a shadow dancer. I've got chains on my arms. It's part of my dance. You wouldn't understand. It's just part of what I do. Also, if you would like to borrow these boots, you can, because I do agree they are pretty cool. Awesome. All right, I'm going to put that down, and it's not going to focus one bit. I know this. I know this to be true. Oh, got another Darrow. Dare I say there's another Darrow. Oh, and a mean lock. Man, this is a very tiny... What was the big... Oh, I forgot the big guy was Banderhob. Here, let's see how this looks. Yes, Banderhob. You're not helping in pulling the focus at all. I guess you're just not shiny like your friend the Venom Troll is. Maybe you should be shinier. Oh, that didn't work. See? Yeah, that's all it takes is some reflecting back into the lens, and then all of a sudden everything is around. So that was that set. Banderhob, Venom Troll is in the previous one, but hey, he helps with the focusing as I do. All right, everybody. That was the fun we got to have with that today. I appreciate all of you so much for hanging out and being a part of it. As I said, there's a lot of great things happening to raise money during this period. Because of that, you get tons of wonderful Dungeons & Dragons entertainment all around, and you should take advantage of it if you can. Thank you to Joe Manganello and Omaze and Make-A-Wish for running that amazing contest. You should jump in and do it as much as you can. And look for me playing on Thursday for Jasper's Game Day. And, of course, this Friday, May 8th, look for Sue Perkins and company playing Dungeons & Dragons from the UK. Great stuff all around. I love all of you. Thank you, and I can't wait for more of us to be able to hug in person. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you all a hug over this microphone, guys. I think this cord can transmit hugs, so let me just do that right now. Thanks for being here, D&D fam. You're the best. I will see you on the flip side. Thanks, everybody. Bye.